top of the show, there's a number of outlets today that are pushing out these headlines that Arsenal handed boost after transfer clause agreement and release clause update as Arsenal reach an agreement. And, you know, there are suggestions within some of those stories that essentially allude to Arsenal not having put the money up yet, but essentially telling Sporting and the player that we're going to. You would then connect that to the outgoing Eddie Nketiah. That's the way I'm reading it.
Yeah.
The same as soon as Smith Rowe's money comes through, I think they're going to trigger the deal for Merino. But I look at it and think to myself, if Viktor Gyokeres comes in, he's a player that I think has there's always, I like to caveat this because you get a lot of idiots in the comments. Of course, there's always the risk that it doesn't work out and Arsenal go backwards, etc. Of course there is. But I believe if you add in that out-and-out number 9, Viktor Gyokeres, there's a lot of early talks that the agreement has been reached, and it may be reached in principle. If that happens, followed by someone like Fabian Ruiz or Merino coming in, and when you listen to what Fabrizio said last night, there were sources in France, I think I said Spain on the video last night, but I meant France, I just said the wrong name, that are saying the agreement's in place with the player. Fabrizio didn't go that far, but he sort of did the Atletico and Barcelona are pulled away because they believe he favours Arsenal. That's almost early Fabrizio talk for personal terms are not going to be a problem. Yeah. If Arsenal bring in Gyokeres, Merino, and the Calafiori that's already through the door. If City make no more major signings between now and then, Arsenal become my favourites to win the league.
Yeah,
just because I think what you'll get, I think then you'll get a slight drop-off, a natural drop-off from City because they wouldn't have injected enough new blood into this team. They need more in midfield, as an example. Yes, I think Salvio could be a hit for them. He could be, but he may not. He's young. He's not played in the UK before, and more than him. And the fans are screaming out for midfield players. Of course, if City between now and the end go and sign Bruno Guimaraes or Kimmich or anything like that, that changes my mind again. But if Arsenal pull these last 2 deals off, where when you read the articles, when you read the news stories, Arsenal, it does feel like they're very close to getting them done. It's just Smith Rowe and Nketiah leaving that are holding it up. City have got to do more because this Arsenal team's coming.
No, City aren't. Here's the thing. I don't think City are going to do anything this summer, though. That's the crazy bit. And I actually think probably in the next month, we might be shocked with a player or 2 leaving City as well. I think it's more likely that a player leaves City than actually joins City. And it's funny because, you know, Terrace talking about them signing a major signing. Even it was reported, I believe, a week ago that even if they sell Ederson, they're just going to rely on Ortega to be the first goalkeeper as well. So they're not, shit ain't all sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to say that again at Man City. And I look at the Arsenal situation, and those 3 players that Terry mentioned, if they do sign for Arsenal are the favourites, and Arsenal will win the league next season. And I believe that. I believe that genuinely. I think this is their year, but they need to get this stuff over the line. It's just listen, there's a difference between us just going like, yeah, Arsenal are interested in this, interested in that. Exactly what Terry just said as well. It's all about, you know, completing the process completely with the player signing and all that stuff. But I believe, here's the thing. I'm a bad person to ask about Gyokeres because of my Portuguese league PTSD with the other guy. But I think what works in Gyokeres' favor is actually the fact that he played in the Championship and he killed it for Coventry. Now, the Championship is not obviously a better league than the Premier League, but some people would say it's more competitive, more physical, more physically demanding. So he's competed in that league. He's done really well in that league. So I think that kind of helps him when it comes to the transition to Arsenal. So it's not like he's moving to a completely new country that he's never played in before. So that kind of helps. I think with the midfield position, whether it's Moreno or Ruiz, it helps out. But here's the thing that interests me about the forward line. And I've always said this and I stick by this. Look, someone needs to alleviate pressure off of Saka. I feel like so much is on Saka's shoulders. Like, yo, Saka, you must score or assist or we're screwed type shit. And I dislike that. Because all the pressure of Arsenal forward line is on Saka. And if he doesn't perform, then the others don't really step up. Like, yes, Trossard might step up here and there. Yes, Havertz might have a moment here and there. You know, yes, there are players here and there who might have moments. But at the end of the day, you need someone consistently to get you goals. When Liverpool won the league, it wasn't just Mo; it was Mo and Mane. You know, it's always like a guy and a running mate. You know, someone like 1A, 1B. You need some help. And I think if Gyokeres is, you know, contributing to, let's say, you know, the thing is, we have to give realistic numbers. Let's say Gyokeres is contributing to like 17, 18 goals and like 6, 7 assists. I think that's all Arsenal need. They don't even need anything wild like more than that. They need that. And now you look at their forward line depth. Me and Mo have discussed this before. You've got Saka, Trossard, Jesus, Martinelli. You have Havertz and Gyokeres. That's a massive improvement on last season. Yeah, done. That's they don't need the shit.
You got everything you need to win the freaking league. You got different profiles of players. You got the direct winger. You got the you got Benito winger. You got the speedy winger.
If they sign Gyokeres and Moreno and don't win the league, they need to change manager at that point because he's just not going
to. You need to change the name of the club if that happens.
It's at that point, get rid of Arteta directly because it's just pointless.
Bro, like, but to be honest, one of the things that people don't understand about Arsenal is that this Gyokeres guy had in Coventry played well, in Portugal they played well. If Arsenal were stupid, they would have gone and paid the £84 million. Done. You know what I mean? Just go trigger it, do this, do that. I think what Arsenal are doing is that they know that the player wants to join them. They know that. So they're buying their time. And they know that they already have a ready-made team up front with Kai Havertz because Arteta favors the guy, and they have Saka. They aren't in need now. Like, even if the striker comes in a week or two, he has time to be integrated through the team. He doesn't have to come in, start right away because they have the other guy. They have Gabriel Jesus, have been absolutely great in preseason. We've watched him now go back to his best. If he stays fit, that's a good asset for them as well. So Arsenal are buying their time. They are actually doing the deal the right way. They aren't going and just spending the money. So people are, you go and overspend on this guy. They don't want to do what Liverpool did with Darwin Núñez. Oh, the guy had a great season in Portugal. Let's go and pay the money and get the guy in. No, I think they're doing the right business. Arsenal this window are moving smart. I like how they're doing the business. I like the Calafiori deal. Gives them 2 different positions, center back and left back. Mikel Moreno is someone who can play in the left 8, can play attack in mid. I think he suits the way Arsenal play, and he can help Rice defensively. Gyokeres is a completely different profile that they don't have. Arsenal, until now, haven't had the striker that is the big guy up top that can get you out of jail sometimes when you're like the other teams that are stacked in the 18. This is Gyokeres for you.
Yeah.
This is Gyokeres for you. This is maybe Osimhen at sometimes. This is why Gyokeres is someone that they need that profile. They need a different kind of a forward. That's Gyokeres. Arsenal, they have to win the league. Let's just establish this. You cannot call yourself a big club. With Arsenal fans are going to get triggered. But this is the reality. You cannot call yourself a big club. A big club in the world, having a manager for 6 years without winning a major trophy. You could scan. I know that people say the FA Cup. Any club in the world, Inter, Juventus, AC Milan, even in Spain, in England, a manager 5 years without winning the league title, without winning the Champions League, no matter how much improvement you have had, you need to win one of the major trophies. You have to.
I agree.
Otherwise, you need to stop and assess what's wrong and change it. And at
because
the current
you need
moment,
to draw a line at some point in time.
And at the current moment, if they get these deals done, and I'm not going to say they're going to win or not win the league, I need to wait to see what Man City do. If you get this league, you have given Arteta every single tool in the world for him to win a Champions League and a Premier League. He has to deliver now. It's done. It's over. Khalas. Move on, or he has to win. But we need to build with the guy. He built with a great team. Yes, at some point, you'll have to change something. Khalas. It's done.
I think Arsenal will win the league, though. I just have this feeling that, like, all these things that they've went through over the last 2 years, in hindsight, I'm looking at it now and I think it's just all the experiences that they went through, okay, let me just say this. I'll just say it as it is, okay? 3 years ago, Arsenal called Locatelli. He didn't pick up the phone. Now Arsenal called Calafiori and he immediately said yes to Arsenal. It's kind of a culmination of the whole journey, but every journey must have a destination. Every journey must have a destination. Because if you keep trying to climb a hill, and now for the 3rd time as well, you fall off, this is unacceptable. And I look at Arsenal right now, and they must win. And I hope that they do win because, look, personally, listen, people say, Hussam, you twerk for us, and it has nothing to do with twerking. City winning a 4-peat is already painful enough, ruining, you know, what United, Arsenal, and Liverpool did in previous years with a 3-peat and stuff like that. Now, them doing 4 in a row 5 in a row is going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So that's why for me, I want Arsenal to do well. I want them to win the Premier League because I don't believe my club can. My club has like a 1% chance and it'll all be dead anyway by the end of the window. After
Chelsea
the first
can win the league, though. Mariska said, though.
If Chelsea win the league, I will dye my hair blue, wear a Chelsea shirt, and sing "Keep the Blue Flag Flying High" for the introduction of Straight Facts. And if you want to put more bets, I will. And I'll dye my beard blue as well. How about that? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Dewsbury Hall, Tossan Adrabayo title race. Come on, man.
They might have, but they might have Osterman's on the cards now. Osterman could be coming into Chelsea.
And that doesn't mean that it's enough to win a title.
Prolific.
Yes. And that doesn't mean that's enough to win a title. Terry, just in your mind right now.
We're not doing this. Some things Chelsea will finish 7.
No, Mo. You have to listen.